Hello, my name is Chad Sharma, and you are watching the U Multicultural channel. On behalf of Asian Women of Winnipeg, I will be today's host of the educational series. For today's segment, we are joined by Dr. Anju Bajaj, an exceptional leader in STEM education and also the recipient of the Prime Minister's National Award for Teaching Excellence. Thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you so much for having me here. Thank you, Chahat, and again, thank you to the U Multicultural channel and the Asian Women of Winnipeg for giving me opportunity to talk about that. Thank you.
So let's get started. Please tell us about yourself.
Okay, about me, I'll wear different hats as a professional. So I'm a STEM educator. People who don't know STEM, I'll let you know the science, technology, engineering, and math. So STEM educator and the STEM advisor for my Manitoba Catholic School Division. So what I do, I kind of connect dot to dot. So what I mean here that I work with the educators, that I work with administrators, work with the parents and the students all the time. So I bring some opportunities for them from different organizations providing professional development and some workshops, some seminars, some symposium. That's my role as a STEM advisor in my school division. And I am also a part of other organization where I work with some indigenous communities and some rural remote communities, and I provide some STEM workshops and STEM symposium wherever needed. I work across Canada. As you mentioned that again, as a national recipient, it's kind of my responsibility to develop these kind of program for my fellow educators. So that's what I do in my day-to-day life.
That's amazing. What got you into the world of STEM and wanting to educate others on it?
You know, my profession actually, when I came to this country, I came as a postdoctor, as a research associate. My background, just don't take me wrong, is cardiology. I did my postdoctor in the cell pathophysiology lab in the St. Boniface Research Center. So there, again, you might be surprised, I was doing the heart dissections and heart,
all
heart. I know, it's totally different than education that we did, right? But again, when I was doing this kind of perfusion labs or Western blotting or all size kind of lab techniques, my principal investigator, my teacher who saw some kind of interest that I had some students like yourself, right, in my lab, right? So we had undergrad students coming to, then I was teaching them some kind of lab skills, and he saw that, okay, why don't you go to the teaching profession? But again, in my 30s and my late 30s, I was thinking, oh my God, going back to school this time when my own kids are going to school, so that is kind of a little different. Right? So I was so hesitant to go back to school that time, but again with the time when my kids were going to the school, I saw there are some loopholes in the education system. Like coming as an immigrant women, and we learn through the different way, right? Then I see that, okay, we can do much better job than this education then I tried looking into the curriculum and used my knowledge, my skills, that how can we do it? Then with some discussion with my supervisor, I said, okay, I made my mind, I'll go back to my school. And really it was a best thing, I think best kind of choice that I took it. And now I'm educator, and this Prime Minister Award, my kids nominated me. My kids, I mean my students, right? I'm not saying that my boy, again, my students are my kids. So they nominated me for that award. So it is really rewarding thing to do it. I enjoy what I do.
Wow, it's meant to be.
I think so, right? It seems so perfect for me that I don't know, it looks like I'm meant to be for my kids all the time, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not just your students, they're my kids.
They're my kids, yeah, they are my kids, right? This is what I say, that they're not my students.
Oh, that's so lovely. So, on the topic of children,
Yeah.
when it comes to parent-child relationships, as an educator, why are these relationships so important to maintain?
Again, I lived in two worlds too, as back home and here, and I see totally, and again, before pandemic, after pandemic, it's more than ever. We need to, again, build the relationship with our children, and the parents need to understand that what is going on in their life. Maybe they're already struggling themselves. As an educator, I deal with different cultures. I deal with all kind of Asian, African, and multicultural, all kind of multicultural parents. And I see kids from age 5 to 15 years, like all through the walks of life, from the little childhood to their teenager to the going to the adulthood. And I see all kind of people, like boys, girls, different aspects. So here, parents' role play a totally important role. They need to be mindful of their understanding. They need to understand the word, that the word they came from back home. Like I'll talk about me, that we cannot impose your decision. You cannot impose your thing. Like you're coming from different culture.
Right.
Like you born without Google. Like I always say my kids, I'm older than Google. Right? So I know more than Google because I'm older than that. I learned through the encyclopedia. So again, they need to understand the different generation gap, their different culture, their different needs, and with the internet, with the all kind of social media pressure, they have different understanding. So parents need to understand what is anxiety building up. There comes the relationship. They're not there yet. I understand that we are coming from different country, that we came up with so many dreams, but again, let them live. Right? The parents need to understand the kids have their own life, and at the same time, I will tell the kids as well, kids as well, they have responsibility as well. Parents left their home, they had such a comfortable life back home, right? They had, like if I talk about me, that I had really living their royal life there. I had servants to clean my home, to wash the dishes, cook food for me. But I came to this country for the betterment of my future and my children, right? So I sacrificed my life for what? For their better future. So then there's a mutual understanding is very, very important on both sides. And again, at the same time, parents need to actively listening too. They need to listen what the child is trying to say instead of stopping them, interrupting them. No, do this way, do that way. Just listen to their point. I see in many, again, as an educator, I see it all the time. When they come for parent-teacher meeting, when they come for any other meeting, oh, they don't listen to me. But again, did you actually build a rapport with them? Did you actually listen to them when they were trying to say it to you? Did you give them the time? All the time, maybe you're with the phone with the aunties and uncle that you're all the time, busy gossiping with them. Did you give them enough time when they needed you? So you need to make sure that you're also giving them active time when they need you. So you need to establish kind of open communication. They should not be hesitant to ask you. Right? Parents are the best friend. Parents should be again open to be receptive when they're trying to say. Maybe something is bugging them. Why they're not telling you? I will say it again, it's a job of the parents too. They need to be the best friends, active listening, and open the communication.
Do you find as an educator that when it comes to a child's performance or their attitudes towards their education and academics, does the parent-child relationship really play a role in that?
Of course, this is really play a very, very important role in terms of academic performance, right? When I see that they are going low, then I invite parents. Then I say, okay, how much time do you provide them the space at home? Do you have their room established? Do you have a study table? Do you have a proper timing? How much time? Who is helping them in homework? Right? Are you reading with them? Are you studying with them? And are you what are a quality time? Are you playing together? Maybe having dinner together? I know that as an immigrant, I'm just talking about the immigrant people, they have busy life. They have to save their skin, working day and night. Mom is coming, dad is going, dad is coming, mom going. So they don't have really that quality time.
Right.
So make sure you plan some activities together. Play some board game, right? Go out, maybe cook together, go for a picnic. And there are so many ways that we can establish this relationship.
Right. So when it comes to that relationship, do you find that culture does have some sort of influence on it and how they go on with those relationships?
I see that too. Again, I said as an educator, I deal with multicultural people. Not all cultures are perfect, not all cultures are good, bad, ugly. They're all unique in their own sense. They have their own uniqueness. We need to embrace the culture. Each culture has, again, I will talk about just my culture. Being an Asian, really, I sometimes tough mom. I'm tough mom. Every time I'm putting a pressure just to be do this, do that. And so as my parent did, really. That they were asking, we're so demanding. So demanding as a culture too. I'm just talking about my culture. This is what I did. But again, all cultures are unique. But culture do play important role too. We need to embrace the good qualities there.
What do you think that parents should do if they are looking to strengthen their relationship with their child?
I would say be honest. Firstly, give them the time and be honest about your opinion, right? If you're having a good day, bad day, just tell them. That's what I do. Okay, I am not in a good mood. I am, again, be honest about it. Open communication is the key. Open about the communication. Give them opportunity to speak what they actually wanted. Give them time. That's very, very important. Work is important, but they need your time. They need your attention, right? You're so busy in your own life. You're doing it for them, but you're neglecting them at the same time too, right? So it goes both ways.
Right. So communication does play a
Communication
very big
is
role.
a major, it plays major role in that one. You need to establish it. You need to find a way. You need to find a way. It should be open door policy, that they should not be hesitant to come talk to you. At the same time, you should not be hesitant to ask them. Right? Instead of asking, hey, how was your day? Like sometimes they kind of pointy. You can simply ask, what was the best part of your day? How did it go? Let's do it. Let's do it. That's the thing. Instead of lead by example. If you want them to respect you, like if you want, right? I want my kids to respect me. So I have to lead by example.
Right.
I have to show them that I'm honoring my elders. I'm respecting my mom, my dad. Not like that I'm backbiting. Okay, see what the auntie did, what the like gossiping, what the uncle did, like a
Right.
family drama.
Right.
Don't engage them in a family drama. Just lead by example. They
Yeah.
don't need any kind of scripted word, like a list of rules. Rule 1, make your bed. Rule 2, okay, eat your breakfast, eat your this. No, no,
Right.
just lead by example. If you don't want them to eat kind of outside food or junk food, make a fresh food. Let's
Right.
cook together.
I find that leading by example is so important, and having strict regulations kind of backfires. But when you see babies, they're learning languages just by observing, and your speaking habits is what they adopt.
Yep.
It's not because you literally made them sit with a book. They start speaking English by watching
Of
you.
course, of course. Like again,
So-
English again. If you're living in the Chinese atmosphere, African atmosphere, you learn that language.
Right?
Right? Nature and nurture both plays in child growth. It's not only parents. As a teacher, we have our job as an educator. So it's like a triangle, right? Parents, educator, and child. So our main growth is to focus on child, that how to
Right.
make them better, how to make them better citizen. And I always talk to my kids, again, as I say, kids, my students, like 15, 20 years from now, I will be maybe under your knife, that you will be the one who will be doing my surgery. Or maybe you will be the one who will be ruling the world, right? So I should better really teach you well for now, right? So this is, as an educator, we have a huge responsibility too. And again, we cannot do alone. We can't do alone. We need community support. We need our parent support, because again, we are loco parentis in the school. We have them for 8 hours, but when they go home, they hear the same thing. So it's not working. So we need two-way. It's not like a one-way love. We need a
Right.
two-way love to promote and nurture the child.
Right.
Right?
Well, thank you so much for your insight. I really hope that it impacts people and that parents and children have better relationships going forward. On behalf of Asian Women of Winnipeg and U Multicultural, thank you so much for watching today's segment.